Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we've got a big update on Bray Wyatt.
What is going on with Johnny Gargano?
Is CM Punk behaving himself?
And SmackDown draws a monster TV rating. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm madly in anger with you.
And this is the news. St. Anger's the best.
It's goated. Let's talk about Bray Wyatt to kick things. Speaking of goated, let's talk about Bray Wyatt to kick things off. What's going on? Where is he? What's he going? What's he doing? Who's he living with? Probably his family, I imagine.
Yeah.
That took a weird turn.
Last time I saw him, he was at the airport with his daughter.
Yeah. Probably flying and crying. Maybe I don't know.
I was rushing about buying magnets before the plane took off. So
you figured out how they work yet? Now, we've shouted out St. Anger and ICP in the first
two
minute.
best bands ever.
New high. Anyway, Fightful Select have an update on Bray Wyatt, and they've inquired with a WWE higher up who has informed them that Bray Wyatt is still sidelined. He's not cleared to compete at the moment. He is on the bench while everyone else is in the trench. There doesn't appear to be any word on when exactly he will be back. However, Bray is hopeful for a return, even if he is still awaiting some kind of clearance, it seems. He's been gone since February. He was feuding with Bobby Lashley. That was cancelled. They were going to wrestle at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, but he kind of went missing, and then it was like there was reports of creative differences, but then there were reports of him suffering from an undisclosed illness, which it seems to be the true one. Fightful note that they've not heard of any significant creative plans for Wyatt because of the nature of this situation. Like, it's unpredictable. We don't know when he's going to be back. That would include Bo Dallas, who's playing Uncle Howdy. Spoiler alert if you hadn't figured that out already. They also mention Alexa Bliss, whose pregnancy means she won't be back in WWE for a while.
Yes.
Obviously. So she was presumably...
She's going to win the Rumble, isn't she, basically?
Yeah.
She'll be fine. I don't know when she's due to give birth, but she'll be fine to be in the Rumble.
Yeah, no problem at all. His last televised match in WWE was the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match against LA Knight.
I mean, how do you follow that?
Yeah, it's you cannot, man. You paint the Mona Lisa and then you retire. That's
I'll tell you
how
you
it
follow
works.
it. Hardy. That's how you follow it.
Well, Metallica released albums after St. Anger, so Hardy. Oh my God, I'm gonna do that.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black really is the Saint Anger of.
It really is. It really is. It's like, although, like, I feel like 20 odd years on from St. Anger, we can get to the point now where it can be appreciated for the piece of trash that it is, that's also goated.
Yeah, well, yeah, the match was trash, and Mountain Dew Pitch Black is goated, so there's still correlation there.
But pretty worrying stuff about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, look, if this is like illness related, like you say, get well soon, Bray Wyatt. You never want to hear about that. I also think partially they haven't got a bloody clue to do with him creatively. Yeah. I saw a tweet speculating on him returning to SummerSlam and the SummerSlam law with Roman Reigns, and obviously him kicking the crap out of him when he came back to start this sort of tribal chief reign, effectively. But yeah, in a weird way, it's sort of like you hope it's not creative differences because then he'd just be frustrated at work, but you also don't want it to be medical.
Yeah, you kind of do and you don't.
Yeah.
You don't want any of this, but the lesser of two evils is probably creative differences.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted on any developments.
Hope he's doing well. Let us know what you want to see Bray do when he returns. Like, go after Roman, go after turn on Uncle Howdy.
Go after Austin Theory, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, like have a Cinnamon Toast Crunch match. He would be perfect in a prime match against Logan Paul, wouldn't he? I think we nailed it. But let us know what you want to see Bray do when he comes back.
Yeah, and speaking of people we've not seen on our screens recently, what is going on with Johnny Gargano? There was a report earlier on this week from Boozer Wrestling. It came out yesterday that said Gargano wasn't currently cleared to compete in WWE. But then Fightful Select have come out and said, no, Gargano's not injured anymore. There's just no word on his SummerSlam status or that planned DIY reunion. I think we got a bit of a clue that he could be returning soon with what happened last night on Raw. I will point out, Gargano hasn't wrestled. He was going to be factored in to the Cleveland show on Raw. He hasn't wrestled since like mid-May. He was going to be factored into there, and then they just went, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So
wonder who did that.
But obviously on last night's Raw, we had the no DQ match between Miz and Ciampa with interference from Bronson Reed. If only Tommaso Ciampa had a best friend.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
So I'm hoping, that's purely my speculation, the Fightful Select report is there's no word on Gargano, no word on him returning for SummerSlam, but also confirmation that it's not an injury keeping him off screen, basically. But Wilborn's speculation says, I think they're going to bring him back to partner with Ciampa and set up the DIY versus Miz and Bronson Reed match at SummerSlam. Please.
Maybe that's going to be the way they go. Miz and Bronson Reed, obviously, taking advantage of Tommy Chomper last night.
Damn you.
We'll see how it goes. Johnny Gargano's main roster run has not quite lived up to expectations.
Fair.
I think that is a fair call. I don't think many people would argue with that, apart from people who maybe hate him because he's not 6'9" or something. But yeah, I would like to see him do something more substantial, and I think reuniting DIY, which everyone loved, is a good idea.
Yeah, I love a bit of nostalgia, and if you love nostalgia, this channel's been going for many years. Why aren't you subscribed yet? Ring the bell, press the subscribe button. You know what to do. Ding ding.
Ding dong dash. Let's move over to CM Punk. CM Punk is
CM Punk stories.
definitely played Ding Dong Dash in his life, hasn't he? Running around Chicago, knock knock.
Pew!
Anyway,
Is that what they call it in America?
I don't know.
Ding Dong Ditch, as they call it.
Ding Dong Ditch. I'm not sure. Let us know in America what you call the game where you knock on the doorbell and you run away when you're a kid. Don't do that. I'm not endorsing that, but
Knock a door run is goated.
everyone did it, at least in my village. Right, CM Punk, has he been behaving himself backstage? We've got an update here from Pro Wrestling Torch's Wade Keller. Yes, he has. Boringly, he
Good
has. So despite causing some commotion with his return promo, counterfeit bucks and all of that stuff, and spitting lava, all of that, Punk is, and I quote, showing good leadership so far at Collision. He is taking pride in Collision being seen as his show.
Great show.
He wants to do as much as he possibly can to ensure the show is a smooth operation on screen and off. So there you go, update on Punk. I will say, Collision, so far, I think it's becoming my favourite weekly show. I like it. It's a different pace. There's not as much fireworks as there is on Dynamite, which means sometimes it doesn't peak as excitingly, but at the same time, it's not as chaotic and rammed as Dynamite is. It's slower, it's more measured. It's a style of wrestling I personally enjoy a little bit more. So I'm loving the show so far. It's a bit... There's some stuff on the card that isn't quite connecting, but like the main event last week was sick, Joe and Punk, and the tag match as well.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I'm very much a collider, in CM Punk's own words. Love that show. I'm just pleased that Punk's behaving himself, and hopefully that means he gets into Blood and Guts now. You reported that on Sunday, didn't you?
He did that on purpose, didn't he? He did
Come
Blood
on,
and Guts
get
thing.
in
He just
there.
go, hey lads, I'll do it.
I wonder if Jericho's going to wean his way into that. Been in every Blood and Guts, hasn't he?
Hey, find out on tomorrow's episode of Dynamite, apparently. Chris Jericho and Kota Ibushi. My predictions?
Yes, I think that makes the most sense. That's going to be absolute sense.
Chris
When is
Jericho.
Blood and Guts next Wednesday?
Yeah, it's not this week. It's in Boston. You know what that means? Bum, ba-dum, money.
I'll tell you what it does mean. That means that Blood and Guts is going to be a wicked pisser.
Could be John Cena's debut. There you go.
You
Blood
never
and
know.
Guts. Blood and Guts.
He turns on one side. He's just an agent of chaos. We're going to have WrestleMania. I'm in AEW now. What?
Blood, guts, and ball patches. What?
Go!
John, shave it off.
Right.
Shave it off, man. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
I mean, surely you could just get another man's head.
Yeah.
Planted onto the top of his
transplant. Head transplant.
Let us know in the comments, which wrestler's hair would you like to see on John Cena's head?
Go for it.
And that's the news.
Doink.
Goodbye, everyone. No. One final thing to talk about, Andy. It's a Bull Readings chat. We said we wouldn't do this, but
Big ones only.
big news only.
Well, big ones and little ones.
Yes, exactly.
Extreme ratings.
Nothing in there.
Yeah.
basically.
Good and bad. No. Amazing and terrible.
Yes.
That's what we do.
And this week it is good news. SmackDown absolutely smashed it on Friday night. This was originally reported by SpoilerTV.com. It drew an average of 2.561 million viewers across the 2 hours, an 18-49 rating of 0.76, which was enough for it to top the night's networks.
Network TV charts.
Thank
It was
you.
also top for the whole week, which, according to Dave Meltzer,
Yeah.
might be the first time in history that a pro wrestling show has ever done that.
That's unbelievable.
It's crazy. He noted in the Wrestling Observer Daily Update that never happened in the Hulk Hogan era, and it never happened in the Attitude era either.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a huge triumph. We're not going to linger on this because I know a lot of you hate ratings talk.
Yeah.
But when it's exceptionally good or exceptionally bad, we shout out.
Yeah, the highest since Christmas 2020 for the 18-49
Years.
rating. And I couldn't believe this when I read it. The Tribal Court segment, which granted went on quite some time, first 2 quarters effectively, drew 3 million viewers and a 0.94 in 18-49. I think it's fair to say it's rather popular.
Yeah, it's really cool to see a storyline resonating with so many people in this way.
Yeah.
That has become appointment viewing. It's just like, it's good to see things thrive. Yeah.
I hope all wrestling shows do this, because then we'd make even more money from getting paid by AEW and WWE, of course.
Yeah, the shillery is off the charts. But hey, they
Call me Hillary Clinton.
Oh God! We talked about a politician. You can't do it 2 days in a row. We're gonna die now.
Okay, let's move on
What
to
was
a
the guy
question.
yesterday? Chuck
Schumer,
Oh yeah, that's
Senate Majority Leader, the guy with the glasses.
the stupid.
I think it's the right one. I don't know. It's
I don't
American
know.
stuff in it.
Right.
But let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. Andy put a great thread out there as well at Andy H Murray if you want to catch them going forward. And we also ask them on our community page. Make sure you're subscribed so you can see that and you get it in your feed and all
The
that.
only reason I did it on my account rather than the WhatCulture account is because TweetDeck changed and now it's
God.
I can't access the thing because I don't know I can't remember the password. Elon Musk.
Damn you, Elon!
He's it again, hasn't he? Sorry, editor. Anyway,
Isn't Reddit broken as well now?
everything is knackered.
I'm going on to Threads. Bollocks to this.
Yeah, I'm on Fred.
I need to. I don't know how to
Uncle-
join it. You have to show me afterwards.
Uncle Fred.
Tom Talks Rubbish says, thank you, Tom, for your question
Shout out, Tom.
and for your support over the years. What do you do on days you don't feel like watching wrestling but have to? How do you keep your fandom alive through your work? Thank you for always being kind to me and helping me get started in my interviewing journey. Nothing but love. Yeah, go and check out Tom's channel.
shout
We've
out
been
Tom.
interviewed on there. He's a lovely lad.
Lovely man.
But yeah, how do you motivate yourself to watch wrestling when you have to for your job but you necessarily don't feel like it?
I do it as soon as possible. If there's a day where you wake up and you feel burned out, like don't put it off. If you sit there and go, crap, I've got like 4 hours to catch up on and I've been spoiled and it's maybe not getting the best reviews or whatever, yeah, do it as ASAP, because the more you put stuff you don't want to do off, the more you think about it, the more energy you waste on it, the more laborious a task it becomes. So if I wake up, say it's a Saturday morning and I know I've got Rampage and SmackDown to do, but I've got a lot on during the day and wrestling isn't necessarily a top priority, I just do it ASAP. I take as many shortcuts as possible, skip ring entrances, skip video packages, stuff like that. That's how I do it. You know, it's only ever a motivation thing. That's all it is. It comes and goes like anything else. It's really easy when the show is great and you've heard it's great, and you know it's going to be great, but on those days, do it ASAP as soon as you wake up.
Yeah, I thankfully don't really suffer it from that much, but I think Andy and I are in complete agreement that when we don't have to do it for our job, unless it is real appointment viewing, I think it's always good to take a bit of a break, get out of the bubble as well. Like when I went away on holiday for a week and just didn't look at any of wrestling Twitter or keep up with any developments in wrestling, you come back recharged, and we always have to remind ourselves here how bloody lucky we are to get to do this. Like, you know, everyone out there, we've all had jobs that aren't as nice as sitting around watching wrestling for a living. I think it's good to remind yourself of that, but Andy's hit the nail on the head. Watch it straight away, especially because when I do stuff like that at the weekend, like this weekend, for example, just gone, I didn't want any spoilers from the tribal court thing, and so I was just like off social media, and I kept, muscle memory. I was like, oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way, get it done, or just maybe watch something that inspired your love for wrestling in the first place beforehand, and then you can gateway yourself into whatever nonsense you have to watch.
Slide on in.
But yeah, wrestling kicks ass.
Yeah, we're in a very privileged position in this job. Like, this is like not a problem.
No.
It's really not a problem.
We could be working for WhatCulture Golf.
Golf culture. Literally every other job I've had in my life, and I've had quite a lot, sucked so much compared to this one.
Yeah. What's the worst job you've ever had?
I probably shouldn't talk about it.
I delivered leaflets when I left university. I graduated and I got paid £30 a week.
Oh, jings.
So
I had mine's an office job. I don't want to put companies on blast.
No.
But the last office job I
just
had,
office jobs.
Yeah, it was legitimately the worst 2 years of my life.
So hopefully we can provide you a bit of an escape from all that.
And then I got this job.
Yeah.
Boom.
Now I just make noises on the internet. Golfies gives us our second question of the day. Morning, guys. With all the eliminator matches on AEW, do you feel it's time to add stakes to those who fail to beat the champs? Like if you lose, you can't challenge for the rest of that champion train. Also, congrats to Adam on his wife's pregnancy. Thank you, Golfies. 5.5 weeks to go. So if I disappear from the channel, that's where I've gone. But they did have this stipulation with the Bing Bing Ging match with FTR, of course, on Collision last week. Do you think they should do it more often?
Yeah, I think it just gives it more stakes, it makes it more unique, doesn't it? I'm here for it. It's just another hook to add a bit more to these matches and make them feel a bit more, a bit bigger.
I think it should be like drinking Mario Kart. You know, drinking Mario Kart, where you have to finish your drink before you can finish the race. You have to finish a 72-ounce steak before you can pin your opponent.
Wow, okay.
Let's make it interesting, guys.
All right.
I'm a vegetarian. Tough
Cauliflower steak.
Sorry, I thought I'd even up our swearing for editor. Sorry.
You're going to have to let him know about this.
Sorry. Chucky Van Hoos.
I can't even remember when the mine was. There's another one. Sorry. Fart noises or something, I don't know.
Chucky Van Hoos gives us our final question of the day. I don't know if he's Scottish or not.
Probably not, no.
Let's have a look on his profile. Doesn't say. He likes disc golf, though, so...
Oh, shouts to golf.
Yeah. Is that the...
Frisbee in a
What
box.
the Richard? Is that disc golf?
Yeah.
Sorry, 4. It's an even number. It makes me feel better about myself. Who should kick out of the one-winged angel first? Writes Chucky Van Hoos. They also write, I think Darby Allin after he climbs Mount Everest, or MJF if he stays with AEW. I laughed, not because of the question, Chucky. I think MJF should do it because he's the best wrestler in the world and he's my best friend, of course. But also, I like the glib way people say Darby Allin after he climbs Mount Everest. I'm sure he's going to put a lot of work and effort into this, but my dad went to base camp at Mount Everest and nearly died.
Yeah,
it's just
hard.
pop into the shops, guys.
Yeah, look up the Kumbu Icefall if you want to have some nightmare fuel. It should either be someone who has story significance or a star you're trying to build and make and put to the next level. So with that in mind, if it's the story significant side, it should be either Kazuchika Okada or Kota Ibushi. If it's a young star you want to get over, it should be someone along the lines of a Darby Allin. I think you're bang on the right track there. Or perhaps if you want to make an earnest attempt at Konosuke Takeshita, elevating him, he'd be a good guy too.
Or, bit of a different option for you.
Big Tom.
Will Ospreay.
Yes.
In their trilogy match.
Absolutely.
Because he kicked out of... Well, he didn't kick out. His leg just sort of flopped onto the legs. It's called Stormbreaker, isn't it? His finish?
That's right. And then Kenny kicked out of the OWE.
Yes.
OWA, sorry.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because it's his move, so he should know.
Yeah.
And obviously, the discourse around that was so poisoned, shockingly, because it's like... Will Ospreay hitting a move he never does is not the same as Kenny Omega, who hits it every match.
Yeah.
It's like if me punching a dog in the face would hurt the dog a lot less than John Jones punching it in the face.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And on that note...
Don't punch dogs. I love dogs. Why did I say that?
Exactly.
That's nasty.
But yeah, let us know who you think should kick out the one-winged angel. I'm intrigued to see what people say in the comments. Maybe we'll have a vote on this on our community page because I'm fascinated to see what people actually want to say for that. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Check out this video and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.